If you get these 3 steps right, you'll be able to send thousands of emails to your dream prospects, fill your calendar with qualified sales calls, and grow your business with consistency and speed. So in this video, I'm going to take all of my experience of the last 10 years making multiple 7 figures as a result of cold email and condense it into a 3-step framework that if I was starting with cold email, I would want to use it today. Starting with level number 1, which is really just to get started and most importantly, lay the foundation correctly. When starting cold email, a lot of people feel really overwhelmed and a lot of times rush into it, myself included. The problem with this is they have no idea if everything is set up properly. They have no actual commitment to cold email. They don't know what their offer is. They don't know who they're targeting. And then what this leads to is them not seeing results with cold email because they didn't set the foundation properly. You see, if you don't lay the foundation with your cold email in the right way, you will not see success. You will not get more book calls. You will not have copy that actually speaks to your customers. It's going to be a complete waste of time. So in order to get started the right way, there's really 4 things that I want to share with you just as part of the foundation. First things first is you need to know who your ideal client profile is. When I first started sending emails, what I would do is I would just get as many emails as possible that were hopefully my business niche, blast them out, and hope that I would get some responses. The problem with this is I had a message that would speak to absolutely nobody, and it was basically a failed attempt at trying to speak to the masses, and I had no results as a result of doing that. And the second thing that we need to figure out is what is our offer? The thing with cold email is you cannot outmarket a bad offer. And what I see a lot is a lot of people are offering like deliverables, or they're just kind of sharing how they can help their customers and they're trying to book a call with them. And it's not actually a strong offer. How I would think about it, and what I would suggest that you do if you're watching this video, is really think about, I have my ideal customer profile. What is their pain point? What can I do to speak to the pain points of my ideal customer, speak the language of the customer? What are the outcomes of that ideal customer? What are the desired outcomes? Not video views, not leads. It's not more sales. We want to get their phone ringing off the hook. We want to turn website clicks into new clients. We want to predictably get them new business. We need to understand the depths of what our customers actually want so that we can offer that in the cold email so that our ideal customer profile will actually raise their hand. And the good thing with AI these days is it's so easy to come up with really good copy and really strong offers. What I would do is I would simply just go to ChatGPT. I would type in, this is what I do from a deliverable perspective. This is who I help. Give me 5 polarizing pain points of my ideal customer. Speak the language of them. Give me 5 desired outcomes of my ideal customer. Make them financially driven and hit enter. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you really good copy and really good angles for your offer. And then your call to action in the offer is not, I'm going to book a call. It's not, hey, can you chat tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? The call to action needs to be value based. So what is it that you can offer them that they're actually going to raise their hand for? Is that going to be a lead magnet? Is that going to be a case study? Is that going to be an invite to a workshop? Is that going to be getting them on your podcast? Whatever it is, it needs to actually add value to the customer. The next thing is we need to set realistic expectations with cold email. A lot of people think, oh, if I send 100 emails, yeah, 100 people are going to reply, or 75 people are going to reply as a result of the email. That is not going to be the case. Just set realistic expectations, be committed to the long term of it, and just know that, hey, actually a 4% reply rate is pretty freaking awesome, or 3% reply rate is pretty freaking awesome. So don't think to yourself, oh, I'm going to send 100 emails and get 100 replies. Just set proper expectations going into cold email and know that it is in fact a long game. And last but not least, kind of following up with the last point, is to get in the right mindset when you're using cold email. This is not a get rich quick thing. This is not a quick money, make money tomorrow kind of thing. Cold email is a channel that you should be committed to for the long haul. Know that this is a way to get in front of your ideal customers and guarantee that you land in the inbox of your ideal customers. And yes, it's going to take some time to potentially refine your copy. Yes, it's going to take some testing. Yes, it's going to take some time to set everything up. But if you commit to it, if you just take massive action, this channel can be a successful lead generating tool for your business. And just take action. Maybe it's not getting a software to send emails to start with, and just take what I just told you, write some emails, start sending some low volume manual emails or messaging people on LinkedIn just to start to build the momentum in action with outbound marketing. Out of all the people that we've worked with and all the cold email campaigns that I've seen, this is where 99% of people fail. It's the foundation. It's setting yourself up for success. It's the offer. It's making sure that your foundation is in fact good, that it will actually generate leads for their business. Level 2 is to get good by leveraging systems and AI. Now that we have our ideal client profile, our offer dialed in, it's time to start sending at scale, because now we are in the mindset of, okay, I'm committing to this. I'm ready to freaking take this on. Let's go to the next level. Let's take this to the next level to actually get business. The problem when people are like, okay, let's take it to the next level, is they try to do everything manually. Okay. They're trying to find the leads. They're trying to set everything up manually. They're sending sending emails manually. They're following up manually. They're tracking their replies manually. And this is the fastest way to burn out, get discouraged, because that is not a scalable way to actually scale your lead gen efforts. I mean, if you are a business owner, if you're trying to get leads, what's going to help you get there is more contacts, more reach outs, not having to do things manually that are just going to bog you down and cause you to really yo-yo in your business or just get fatigued doing. And this is where AI comes in, and this is where automation tools come in, like Instantly. So how do we actually set this up to scale? So the first things first is we want to set up multiple email accounts so that we can actually keep the deliverability high. What we're going to do is we're going to use Instantly's done for you email setup. And what we can do in just a couple of clicks is we can buy a domain, and from that domain, we can automatically set up emails that are associated with that domain so that we can send from that basically burner domain, burner email, which will strictly be used for cold email. And then once we get the domains, we're going to create 5 emails per domain so that we can send 30 to 50 emails a day per email, making our ability to scale way, way faster. The next thing that we need to focus on is building lists. So what I used to do and what we don't want to do anymore is manually build lists, buy lists, have 20 different softwares of getting lists and have it be really expensive and honestly inaccurate oftentimes. We can use Instantly's super search to quickly find leads. What I can do is I can click on super search and I can go ahead and load a past list, or I can use the filters on the left-hand side to generate a list of my ideal clients. And the good thing about this is there's a database of hundreds of millions of potential contacts, and what I'm able to do is I'm able to search them without having to have 100 different softwares. What this will also do is this will allow us to find their emails, to guarantee that we're getting their emails, because what it's doing is it's going to make sure that the email that we're getting is in fact legit, meaning it's checking multiple sources. And what it will also do is it'll pull information that we can use in personalized lines like their full profile name, their LinkedIn heading, company news, and so much more. The next thing that we need to do in this scaling phase is to write emails using AI. So when I first started writing emails, I had no personalized lines. I had no even first name, and I was just mass blasting, and my reply rates were trash, and I wouldn't really generate a lot of opportunities. And it was really just a game of volume and crossing my fingers and hoping that it works. Today, we have access to AI. We have access to the ability to write really solid direct response email copy in just a couple of clicks. So what I'm able to do literally with AI is I can go ahead and go to the list that I just built, and I can write an email using AI. I can just say, I help real estate agents get 3 new buyer leads per week using our real estate social funnel. And what this will do is it will literally write all of my emails for me. Pretty magnificent. Using AI, using personalized lines, and the fundamentals of what actually works in cold email, which is offering to send something of value. And in addition, we can go way deeper with AI. We can find the job listings the company has. We can find the technologies that they're using. We can find any company news, the funding type, and we can even scrape their website. This gives us the ammo that we need in order to write better emails to, in fact, land in the inbox and ultimately get more deals for us. Then once we have the list of leads, the next thing that we need to do is we need to automate the sending and follow-up. And what we're able to do directly inside of Instantly is not only send the first email that we just created, but we can send the follow-ups as well. Meaning we are no longer pulling a list of leads, adding them to an Excel sheet or manually sending or using the clunky software. We are now being able to do this while we're sleeping, meaning emails are getting sent without us needing to lift a finger. And at this point, when you use tools like what I just showed you, you're actually running your business like a real operation. You're running your sales channel as a system. You're no longer guessing. You're no longer spraying and praying. Everything is literally laid out here for you. Or you've got the system. You're booking some calls as a result of the systems. Level 3 is to get smart by testing, optimizing, and scaling. So once you're able to have the system running, you're booking some calls, you're closing some deals as a result, it might feel like, okay, how do I actually scale to the next level? How do I make sure that this consistency keeps up? But the problem that I see a lot with people is there's a lot of inconsistencies. One week is good, the next week is not so good. And really what's happening with the inconsistencies is you don't actually know what's working. And if you don't know what's working, you're scaling blindly and you're wasting a bunch of time. So we need to know at level 3 is we need to know how to analyze, optimize, and actually scale our campaigns so that it is in fact predictable and profitable. So what we need to do is we need to know our metrics. What is our reply rate? How many emails are we sending? What is our positive reply rate? The good thing about Instantly is it shows you these analytics directly inside of the dashboard. I can see how many emails I've sent, I can see my reply rate, and I can even see it from a campaign level to understand what's actually working well. So knowing that from a campaign that we're running, what we can then do is we can test based off of specific variables. Maybe we pull a different list from Super Search with a specific thing that we can call out or a specific audience segment. Maybe we test a different offer in the email. Maybe we test a different call to action in the email. And now we create multiple campaigns so that we can size up the campaigns against each other and really understand what is the common denominator that is causing people to actually respond, what's actually getting the replies, booking the calls, and growing our business. And then as we start to uncover these metrics inside of our business, then it really becomes just scaling it up. And how we scale it up is going back to level 2, which is getting more domain. All we really need to do inside of Instantly is just purchase more done for you emails that will automatically be warmed up, which will allow us to send more emails. And because we're scaling predictably, because we have metrics included, all we really need to do is keep those metrics consistent and send more emails, and that reply rate will remain consistent no matter the volume of emails that we're sending. It's really just an equation, and all we really need to do is scale up the equation. And if we don't know data, if we don't have things that we're testing, it's going to be really hard to scale up that equation. Now all that's left for you to do is take all of this information, implement it for yourself, and start sending cold emails for your business. But if you're not sure how that actually works in real life, I got you, because in the next video, I actually go through and build a whole cold email system from scratch to sell a brand new service-based business offer. And I did this with 0 case studies, and I just show the entire process from start, sharing my screen step by step. I actually build the system that I just went through and create all the other things necessary in order to have a functional service offering. Definitely check that out if you want to see a real life example. I'll see you over there.